Dragon Ball Super community and players. This is Sparks Gaming. We have our first place store championship. Reboot, Goku, Abe, Childhood, I know it's a mouthful, starter deck. What's your name again?
Benjamin Kalina.
Benjamin, alright. How did you do today? How did the deck perform for you? And did you like it? Was it fun?
I had a lot of fun playing this deck. I think what I like most about it is the barriers, that with all my pieces have barrier pretty much. So it's very hard for my difficult to play with my board state while I'm tapping down their board state and trying to clear it off to be able to pave the way towards the leader. One weakness of the deck I will say is my unison gets bullied off the board easily, but as I go through it, I'll explain to you how I kind of mitigated that throughout my day.
Alright, that's good. What were your matchups?
Round one, I played my teammate. It was Trunks Vegeta, yellow matchup. It was very grindy. We only got to finish one game, and I won in time rulings. It's not the way I wanted to win, but it happens. Round two, I played against my other teammate, Kevin. He gave me the win because he also had his invites, so it didn't matter.
Alright, that's good.
And then I played third place. He was playing Bardock's crew, and that was kind of a grind. He's very aggro. He's able to pump out a lot of apes on the board.
Right here. Right here.
Pumps out a lot of apes on the board. It's very able. He got me down to like 3 life, but I was able to stabilize. That's all you have to really do with this deck is just stabilize and pivot swing.
Yeah, especially that you're very consistent. You draw significantly amount. Like it's not like Trunks get out that you draw a lot, but you're very consistent. You cycle a lot, and your everything's not expensive. Like everything's very cheap cost.
Yeah.
So like everything almost free. So like and you don't clog a lot of things in your hand. So you're very consistent, and you can pivot to aggro. That's what makes this deck so amazing.
Yeah, as it can go very fast or very slow. It's kind of like tempo swinging in between turns almost.
Yeah. So let's get to the profile and go ahead.
So we'll start with the leader in the Z deck. Leader here is Son Goku. He's a reboot if you don't know. He looks at the top 10, grabs any Earthling 1-drop, so that's the Bulma or the Yamcha. He can grab the Unison too. That's once per turn, so the old one was once per game, so it's a little bit better. And then he has a Awaken condition at 4, or if I have a Yamcha or a Bulma in play. So when he awakens, he untaps one to draw one. Backside is he swings, I rest mode a card, and there's a couple combos that I'll explain when they come up when I get to the main deck. He rest modes my opponent's non-barrier, non-energy cards, and that includes Unisons. And then I get either a search or a draw, and the activate battle is once per turn. I get to combo an Earthling. That can be any Earthling. It's not an Earthling only, like on the front side when you search. As long as it's my turn as well, I can combo it from the drop into the Z energy. I'll show you those targets when they come up as well. And this is really good too because it doesn't have to be on his attack. It can be on any attack as long as it's your turn.
Yeah.
And then for the Z deck, it's pretty standard. 2 Z leaders. I run 2 because I like to Z Awaken defensively because sometimes you just need to have a 20k and then you can also activate the battle defensively as well, so you could be a 30k double strike defensively. And then playing Bulmas for free is pretty good off this as well.
Did you play it at all in the tournament, or was it like...
I actually went into it twice today. One of it was against the Bardock's crew to put pressure on them to make them waste cards out of their hand. So that it's good to get cards out of people's hands. It just sucks you have to be at 3 life, so you probably realistically maybe do it once a match.
Yeah, you just run 2 because it obviously gets removed from the game. You just have a backup one just in case.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to run 1, that's player preference. I run 2 of these guys.
That card's awesome.
It's really good. If I had the room, I'd probably run 3. It's kind of like Crusher Ball on a stick, basically. It's a 25k deflect. It's very fairly costly at 3 energy, 2 Z energy. But you need 3 Z energy to set it up because you need to sacrifice a Z energy off his other auto. When he enters play, you basically lock a card, and when he's in rest mode, when they play a battle card, you can pop a Z energy to rest mode it. So it's very utility. It's almost like a Deadly Defender, if you guys remember those. 1 Oolong.
Yeah, for the Wamo combo.
Yeah, it's very self-explanatory. I play 1 dual attack Son Gohan. I think it's pretty good with the Pan combo that I'll show you later. And it having deflect and dual attack is just generically good for 1. And then if they're trying to stall me out at 5 life, I just play this to get some hand advantage and draws.
Nice.
So that's the Z deck. Let's go to the main board. I'm gonna start with all the 1-ofs that I run. I run 1 Pan. Slug really hurts this deck. I really hate it. It's really easy to combo it with the leader on the backside too because it's an Earthling. So you can go put it into your Z Energy, combo it out from the Z Energy when you play your Gohan. You don't even have to activate the auto because it can go right back to the drop, so you can continuously looping it in and out of your Z Energy.
Yeah.
Offers utility for removal. It's a dual attacker when you play it as well. It's pretty good. I play one of this ape. It's a crit. I don't go into it too much just because it's a one of. I really side it out a lot of the time. This is probably going to come out for the second copy of the 8-drop champ pack, if I'm going to be honest, but I'm probably still going to keep one copy in because I think the utility of it's really good. For those who don't know, it's a crit blocker and then it locks a card for the turn. So, and if you have the 4-drop Goku, it evolves over for 2.
Yeah, it's just a one-off, and you can always side it out.
Yeah, it's easy side out option.
Yeah.
I play one of the champ packs. I went into this once today against Trunks Vegeta, and it sat on board for the rest of the game.
Just one because you only have one. Sorry, interrupting.
Yeah.
Or you will run more.
I only had one before the tournament today, so I played it. But I would probably run this at 2. If you could find the rim in the deck for 3, maybe 3, but 2 should be fine.
For sure, for sure.
And then Power with Super Saiyan. It's very self-explanatory. It's a negate. If you have 1 energy, you rest mode something, draw a card. The Double Strike Mira combo, that's always a fan favorite. And for the 2-ofs, I run 2 coolers. I like consistency, so I just run 2. You can run 1 if you feel like you need it at 1.
A lot of people run 3, but you run 2, but that's fine also. It's player preference in the end, so it doesn't matter.
I run 2 of the blocker negates. I see a lot of decks running this at 3. 3 or 2, whatever you guys want to do. I think 2 is fine. And then I run 2 Vegeta's Final Flash. Again, ignores barriers, so I want to be able to draw cards when Slug is played. You know, when Gamma does their shenanigans, I want to make sure they can't do that.
Yeah.
I play 2 Planet Vegetas. And this, I play this at 2 because it lets me search out any of my Saiyans that aren't the Great Apes, basically. And what's cool about this card is it offers utility on the back end, so I can stand all my apes, have them be blockers, and so I swing and get to block with them.
Nice.
I run 2 Flying Nimbus. I was running this Forbidden Power over this, but I think the straight up negate is way better than just making them attack one more time. I took out, I know this is a controversial main board. I took out the Sun Gohan Super Saiyan 2 Unison for this because my red matchup is kind of rough and I want to be able to survive the red matchup with this in the main board. It also stops other boss monster type decks, but I will side it out sometimes if I don't need it.
Yeah, especially that if Sin ever kills it, it doesn't matter. You just stall for another turn.
Yeah, exactly. It'll either be a target for their attacks or you'll save yourself another
Just help
turn.
you distract them.
I was playing Black Kamehamehas over this at one point, but I thought this offered me better utility because it's a battle card, it's not dead in my hand. Your Unison stays kind of big if it doesn't get bullied off the board if you protect it correctly, so this will be live about 80% of the time, I would say. I keep going back and forth on this card. I know it's went from a 4 of to a 3 of, now it's at a 2 of. This is generic utility. You pay 2, you have to time it correctly as well, because you don't want to just like play it willy-nilly. Some people say it's a trap card. I don't know. I go back and forth on it, but it's just good utility. If you play it, you play it. You don't, you don't.
Exactly.
If I had the room, I'd probably be running this at 3 in the main board, but 2 of it was fine. I actually sided the 3rd one. This is for like boss monsters. I use this on Gogeta to make sure when they play the 3-drop, their leader doesn't give it the permanent. It screws over Gamma. It basically just like anything that's going to get an attack, basically off swing, you're going to negate it. Negates keyword skills. It's pretty good, and it's free with the Unison on board as well.
That's good.
I play a 3 of, the 3 Bulma. This was a 4, but I think 3 is fine. You want the Yamcha on board anyway because it has barrier, but this is a good backup. You can awaken with her on board with your leader, her or the Yamcha. She's a 1-drop, she draws a card, and the other permanent is if you're Z Awaken, she becomes a 15k. So after you swing the double strike with your Z leader, she can become a 15k to punch through for something else. You can rest her. You discard a card and draw a card, so she's a good target to rest off your leader. there's other effects in the deck that allow you to rest her. You can, this 4-drop Goku, you can rest her if you wanted to draw a card to pay 1, and so you net a card and play this for 1. So I'll do the super combos. So I run 3 super combos because the 4th one is the secret rare. This basically stops Gogeta when they swing in on you after they clear their board because it automatically out combos the attack. It also stops Unison plays because it can rest mode to Unison when you play it, and then just the other 3 super combos. This is like the MVP of the deck, Yamcha. He has barriers, so he's pretty much going to sit on the board most of the game. He's a 0 for 5k and an Earthling. The 1-drop Bulma is also an Earthling, so you can combo them with your leader on the backside. What he does is when he enters play, you look at the top 5 for a Unison, a Kid Goku Childhood. You can also search the apes off these because the apes are also Goku Childhood cards and the Explosive Son Goku. And then you just put it to your hand. His combo is when you rest mode him off a leader skill, you can stand a Goku that hasn't attacked yet and then stand him and draw a card. If you don't have a Goku to stand, he will still stand himself, but you won't draw the card. So either way, he's a 5k combo most of the time. But what you do with this guy typically is if he's in play, your 4-drop, you're going to swing with the 4-drop twice because it has dual attack, and then you evolve into an ape and then swing with your leader to rest mode the Yamcha to stand the ape you haven't attacked with yet because he's also a Son Goku Childhood. So that's kind of the combo you want to set up with him most of the time. You're probably not going to get it off a lot, but it is really cool when you can do it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I'm talking about it a lot this video, but the Unison, I play 4 of it. I know a lot of people try to play this on turn 1. I don't, because it typically gets bullied off of the board if you go first. I typically play it on turn 2 before I awaken, so you can have the 2 blockers or 1 blocker and a negate to keep it live. Also, don't be afraid to do the neg 1. For those of you who don't know what this does, it has a neg 1 ability where you can stand it and get a blocker. You can't do it on the same attack, but you can do it on another attack. We'll put this, another good thing this does is it plays the Explosive Son Gokus for free. So it plays these guys. So you can +2 play this for free, pop something, and this has barrier and blocker. It also stands itself at the end of turn, which is pretty good. So you'll have more blockers plus the Planet Vegeta standing everything. And she also gives your little Goku's 5k power when she's on field. So she's pretty good. Another 4 of... I play the ape. This ape is really good. It's going to be your main evolve target for 1 over this. The 4-drop Goku minuses the evolve cost of all the apes by 1 yellow specified and 1 colorless. So this would be 1 entering play. The other one would be 2, and the board wipe would be 3 entering play. I play this one as a 4 of because it's consistent. What you can do is when it enters play, you draw a card and pop something in rest mode, and then it's a double strike. So you swing the double strike, stand it with Planet Vegeta, and then you have a 25k blocker. Also searchable with the leader as well. I play this as a 4 of. I've been thinking about cutting it to 3 because of the unique, but I like consistency. So if you think you find it more luck playing it at 3, go for it. It's a dual attack, unique barrier. You pay 1, activate main, limit 1, so you can only play him once per turn. And you can switch a Bulma, the 1-drop battle card, or the Unison to rest mode and then play it out. So you switch the rest card to rest mode, swing twice, do the Yamcha evolve play, and that's kind of like your bread and butter of the deck. What's cool is his permanent states that if you can evolve over any Son Goku Kid-Ku with a different ape. So for example, if I had 1 Kid-Ku on board here, and then an Explosive Son Goku, and I had 5 energy, you can evolve the ape over this, and then another ape over this guy, because of the permanent still in effect. So I learned that today too, as long as they're different ape names, you can evolve over it. And then this is kind of the boogeyman of the deck. You play him for free off the Unison. I've had to hard cast him a couple times, it's not unworth it. He has blocker barrier, and when he comes into play, he pops up the rest mode, and he stands himself as an additional blocker. Very good to help you put pressure. And then the last 4 cards of the deck are for Robotic Riposte. I do charge this sometimes, but I see people playing it at 3. It's really good. And then for the sideboard, I was running 1 Son Goku Absolute Annihilator. He's searchable off Planet Vegeta. He's good in your yellow and blue matchups to make sure that they can't get anything for free. Even red is they won't have to pay 2 for their violent raids, so sometimes it's pretty good if you can survive that long. The 1 more copy released from Evil, the 3rd Nimbus. I run 2 Tyrannical Blows, mainly for Gamma. It also hits Robotic Riposte too, so it's just another floodgate stopper. I also play 2 more of these in the sideboard. I play 2 Borgos. It's kind of like a Steadfast on Goku, but it gets around Deflect because it rests mode something on the auto. You can counterplay him for 1. You play him, he's a 5k combo. He rests mode something. Time Magic to keep boss monsters in rest mode. I play 2 of the Broken Seals for Gogeta and other boss monster decks so they can't play their guys. And then I don't want to get caught with my pants down with blue, so I play 2 Jiren just for the Android 17 turning the tide. Yeah, and that's the deck. If you want to make improvements, go for it. You know, write down in the comments to see what you do with it and how you guys are doing.
Yeah, so thank you so much for the profile, and just like and subscribe on the channel, and congratulations to Benjamin on his invite for Nats, and hopefully if he goes well for him. If he doesn't, oh well.
Yeah.
But whatever he does, just congratulations.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
So like and subscribe, and see you next one, and stay tuned.